When I return to Christmas every year in my soul, I return to a warm December day, back on the farm in Kansas with my mother searching for pine cones. The cedar tree was in the stand at home. Always went into a field and cut a cedar tree. But the cedar tree wasn't decorated yet. My mom loved to decorate using things of the earth. With a little paint and glitter, pine cones made perfect natural ornaments, and I remember making them at the table with her. Mom used to make beautiful winter table decorations as well, using the natural grasses and woods and weeds from the prairie. And she would bring them in and spray paint them with copper and gold and silver. And I just loved to smell that spray paint. My mom was a humble farm girl, and she knew how to connect with the earth, and she taught her family how to love and respect this beautiful home that we call planet Earth. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin was a French Jesuit priest and scientist, and he lived during the years of 1881 to 1955, and I'm sure some of you have read the works of de Chardin. He was also a paleontologist who worked to understand the interrelatedness of evolution and faith. Teilhard de Chardin was one of the world's most gifted writers and mystical thinkers. But his insights on evolution and faith didn't set well with the Roman Catholic Church. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin believed that what the Christian doctrine of the Incarnation teaches us to see, and incarnation simply means God dwelling with us, in us. What Teilhard de Chardin taught us is that we can be saved only by becoming one with the universe. That we can be saved only by becoming one with the universe. The story of Christmas, or the incarnate Christ, points to the oneness of heaven and earth. It points to the connection between the human and the divine, and the spirit and matter. Incarnation. It's a wonderful word for us to be familiar with this time of year. Every person and everything that has been created is sacred. It is sacred of God and in God, and it is sacred as a part of God's creation, and everything in God's creation has its place. Everything that has emerged in space and time has come forth from a tiny pinprick of light that exploded in the universe maybe some 13.8 billion years ago. One moment in time. Everything around us. It's unfolded in space and time, and it was present, though, everything, and present in utero, in the universe's beginnings. So interrelated and so deeply connected are we with everything in the universe from that God moment. Everything, then, it's understandable why we deeply yearn for relationship, for connection. That's in our DNA. From the very beginnings, this universe of ours, our longing to be connected, and that reveals a truth that is in all things. As we prepare for Christmas, we hear the story of Joseph's surprising preparation to take Mary as his wife. And only the Gospel of Matthew depicts the nativity of Jesus Christ through the lens of Joseph. So take some time to just view this video. This video was taken by Lisa on the trip in June. And this is underneath the Church of St. Joseph, which is next to the Church of the Annunciation in Nazareth. And the rooms that you see date back to the 1st century. This is typically called Joseph's house, or Joseph's workshop underneath the Church of Joseph. It's one of the more ancient dwellings in the city of Nazareth. Again, above this stands the Church of St. Joseph, and it's the only church in the world that its services are still in Jesus' native language of Aramaic. The story in the Gospel of Matthew is an angel. A heavenly messenger comes to Joseph, and the angel brings disturbing news. The fiancée of Joseph is pregnant, but not by him. Joseph is cast into this moral dilemma. Should he quietly divorce Mary? Joseph is now subject to public humiliation. But Joseph is a righteous man. Joseph is compelled to follow Torah teaching, the law of Moses. And Joseph knows what Torah says about things like this. But Joseph also knows what Torah says about forgiveness and saving life. And above all, Torah teaches that one's obligation is to forgive and to save life. And so Joseph is a man of compassion and provides protection and support for Mary. And they journey forth and they take a risk to make the advent of God a possibility. The Sundays of Advent Church are a time of stepping forth on a journey. And sometimes the journey that we step forth on takes a little risk, if need be, to make the way of God possible. We make choices every single day. Most choices are little ones and they're not life-changing or world-changing. But sometimes the choices we make can be life-changing and world-changing for those around us, even though we have no idea of their impact. Every now and then we make a decision that's important, and it brings us to an intersection in life. And we choose a direction that changes the course of our lives. 3 examples are these: a new job or a vocation that we've always dreamed about. Another example is maybe we have to rethink our use of water and energy and recycling. And so our new direction includes a vision of God's care and responsible use of the Earth's natural resources. Please read the front page of today's Lincoln Journal Star. The students at Doane University, 500 of them, protested Doane's investment in fossil fuels, and the university has divested from fossil fuels into clean energy. 83% of Creighton's investment are now in clean energy and away from fossil fuels. And the University of Nebraska-Lincoln is considering how to make that transition from investment in fossil fuels to clean. The young people are showing us the way. All of us are involved, okay? They're not showing us the way. We're all involved in that. But the church can be a teacher to the wider community, and even taking it a step further. Because we're not so interested in how much profit we make. We're interested in helping God's creation stay beautiful for generations to come. Another new direction might include a new dose of courage to stand against popular opinion and find ourselves taking the initiative to stand up and firm on what we believe is true, and we have done our research to back it up. Church Advent. Advent calls us forth to go, to journey, to travel. And some of us aren't able to travel very far, but all of us are called to go. Bethlehem is in sight once again, and we are heralds of this way, the way that Mary and Joseph took to make the advent of God possible. And so we bring light and we bring goodness to the places that are possible for us, to those people who struggle, to those people who cannot find connection, to those people who are so hungry for the embrace of relationship and a relationship with God. We are guides for people to change their paths from self-destruction to wholeness. This is Advent. This is Advent. And our Advent calls us to get our lives in order, to be oriented in the right direction, and to follow the path that will bring life to us and to others. A path that will restore our relationships, and especially loving the earth, our planet. Advent and Christmas brings us in touch once again with what is deepest in us and in our traditions that we celebrate each year. And Advent calls us to reconnect again to God, incarnate in Jesus our Christ. Let us be on the journey.